Hi guys. I'm Anna Finch from Finch Press, and welcome to my channel. So this is the second writing sprint for NaNoWriMo. So for the first 2 weeks of Camp NaNoWriMo, I'm basically going to do 3 writing sprints a week. So when this is in Australian time, Wednesday at this time, Friday at the same time as now, which is at 10 a.m. Australian time, and on Sunday, 12 p.m. So I'll be doing three live streams a week for that. This is because I'm on school holidays. After that, I'll still do the weekly sprint. At Sunday, I may do an additional writing sprint in the week. Depends on how I feel, because some days I come back from work and I just collapse from being tired. Hello, welcome, Yaza, and welcome to my other viewer as well. Hi. So we're probably going to do about 3 to 4 writing sprints. It really depends. Hello. Oh, good evening. It's more like it's good morning here, but it's morning here, but good evening over there. All right. So we're probably going to do about 3 to 4 writing sprints. Really depends on how I feel by the end of it. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if you've been to my channel before, but I'm Anna. Yeah. All right. So the first writing sprint is going to be 20 minutes, because it will take me a while to just get back into the writing space. And considering I've just woken up, yeah, so it'll take me a bit of time to get back into it. Eastern US is going to be bedtime soon. Wish it was morning. I'm more productive in the mornings. Yeah. Well, yeah. I tried to, because I'm weird when it comes to productivity. Sometimes I'm more productive at night. Sometimes I'm in the morning. All afternoon. Mornings are actually terrible for me. I struggle in the mornings. But the thing is, I think in the morning your time is like nearly midnight here. So it's a bit tricky with live streams, because people live in different areas. All right. So is it about what, 8 o'clock at night in Eastern US? Because if it's around that time, we'll probably end up finishing at around 9:30-ish your time. Really depends on your interest. Okay, so we're going to do 20 minutes to start with. Hopefully we're able to get some words in. I'm halfway through my daily word goal. Oh, no, hold on. Whoops. I only technically need 100 words, less than 100 words, to meet the NaNoWriMo word count goal. It's on the website. Yeah. So, but I've got to write more, because I'm on school holidays. As soon as school holidays end, it's just going to be planning and teaching pretty much the whole time. Yep. Oh, cool. So it's at 8:05 p.m. Okay, cool. So gym and studying works best in the mornings for you, and creativity in the evenings. Well, that's good then, because pretty much all my live writing streams would be in the evening, in your time zone. which works out fine. Okay. All right. So let's start. Yeah. Yeah. I'm in the same boat. I'm trying to get as many words possible, mainly in the first 2 weeks of camp, because I'm going to be swamped by work, and I'll probably only be able to write in the weekends after that. So I've got to get as much as I can done now, so I'm not so far behind that it's impossible to catch up, because my word goal for Camp Nano is 60,000 words. It should be enough to finish my first draft. But considering I got an idea of something, yeah. Oh, wow. Wow, welcome to my fellow Aussie. Cool. So it's 8 a.m. there. Oh yeah, because you guys are like 2 hours behind. Oh, cool. Oh, welcome. I'm from Melbourne. So yeah, so it'll be okay then, because the live stream I've got on Friday is the same. It would be roughly the same time in WA, 8 o'clock, and Sunday would be probably 10 a.m. your time. There's live streams in the afternoon, or in the evening, run by people in the US as well, that you can attend if your creativity is better in the late evenings or in the afternoons. Yeah. All right. So let's get started. All right, so we'll probably do 20 minutes the first time around, because I need to get into the zone. All right. I'll just mute myself. Good luck. Okay. All right, so I got 131 words. Considering I'm practically half asleep, that's pretty good. 286 words. That's awesome. Yeah, I did with yeah. I thought my name would be a dead giveaway that I'm a fellow Aussie. I mean, I did think it sounded Aussie. It's just my brain didn't make the connection because I don't function without. I don't function well in the mornings. Considering I'm a teacher, that's not great. But early in the mornings, or at least when I woke up, like within the first hour of waking up, my brain is just like really slow and making the connections. So, how'd you go though with the word count? I'm a few hundred away from breaking 55k in my work in progress. That's awesome. Well, hopefully you can get past that 55k. Because yeah, it's just eh, like it's amazing. Like my first novel, which I published last year, was actually the first full length novel that I've worked on because I mainly worked on short stories, and just like getting past the 50k, 55 and like beyond, it was just like, yes, I've done it. It's awesome. Well, hopefully this can help you get pushed through that. 136 words. That's awesome. All right. What are you actually working on? What genre? Okay, so female romance, Phantom of the Opera gender event with witches. My own. It's awesome. Well, let me know when it's out because I definitely want to read it. It's mainly the witches bit that grabbed my attention. I haven't actually read Phantom of the Opera, so um, actually that's a very interesting premise. Your novel's a dystopian comedy. Okay, that's good because normally dystopian, like pretty much every dystopian novel that I've read, has been super dark and depressing. I mean, I try to keep my dystopian element in my story as lighthearted as possible, but it's still dark. But should be interesting, the comedy aspect. But for camp, you're working on a YouTube script. Okay. So when you say you're working on a YouTube script, is it like to record your own video or is it to like do like a mini movie kind of thing? Phantom. I've never read Phantom, but I mainline the movie like an addict since it came out in 2004. I actually haven't watched the movie either. I've heard of the movie and the book, but I haven't actually watched it. The closest thing I came to watching it was watching Voice Play's cover of Phantom of the Opera, which is brilliant. I highly suggest you do check it out because they do act a little bit when they're singing, and it's really good, that song. But I haven't actually watched the movie. All right, cool. To record videos, you're starting a channel late in May. Oh, cool. What do you think you're going to focus on for your channel? Some of the acting is super campy, but I love it anyway. Yeah, I should watch it. I'm so behind on stuff that I need to watch, but I definitely should watch that. And I do suggest you check out that video by Voice Play where they're singing Phantom of the Opera. It's really good. I highly recommend it. It's weird to describe it, pretty much storytelling. Okay. That should be interesting. That should be interesting. Well, good luck with your script writing, and with setting up your channel in May. Let me know when it's up so I can check it out. Oh, there's a new viewer. Welcome. And so we've only done one writing sprint so far, for the new viewer. Yeah. Well, good luck with your YouTube channel. Yeah. All right. Let's do a second writing sprint. Tiny Scribe, is the what is your main genre? What is the main genre you work in? Do you normally write in romance, or fantasy? What genre do you mainly work in? What about you, Yaza? What's your main genre? You write in romance, mainly with either sci-fi or paranormal or subgenres. Cool. Yeah, I'm generally speaking write in fantasy, urban, historical fantasy. Romance is more like a subplot in my stories. It's not the main driving force, although it kind of is in this novel that I'm working on now, but it's more like a darker romance. Yeah, I mainly write fantasy, urban, yeah. It's your first FF romance, so should be cool. I've written I've actually written a romance. So that was FF. A short story though. I've written short stories using that. It can be interesting. I'm going to be writing one once I finish this book, I'm going to be writing one that's actually FF romance. Which is fun, and I'm just like trying to keep myself focused on this book because I really want to write that one so much that this one won't get done. And this is the story that I hinted at in my novel at the end of my first novel, because it's a series. Dystopian all the way. Cool. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, I love dystopian. So let me know. Like, seriously, if there's like books or things you recommend in any of the genres, just let me know. Because I am obsessed with reading. I don't know if you can see my bookshelf, but basically my bookshelves are deep and they're like double filled. So there's like 2 rows of books in each shelf. And there's like there's like 4 shelves filled with books. You probably only see the top part of it though. Oh, welcome to another new viewer. Hey. All right. Yeah. Well, good luck with all the writing and with your channels. So let's do the second writing sprint. Would you guys prefer 15 or 20 minutes? I've been doing the Great Room Purge of 2021 for the past couple of months in stages. I have still so many books. Yeah, so this isn't the only bookcase that I've got that you can see roughly in this background. In the living room where normally my mum keeps the extra glasses on things on display, there's like a whole massive pile of books that are like stacked in like odd angles and double packed. It's just like there's over 100 there's over 100 books in that shelf. There's how many we've got. I have yet to get rid of a single one. That's the thing. And my brother's also adding books to the shelf, so it's just getting more. Okay, you're also doing a YouTube project. You're turning your urban fantasy into an animated series. You're on the 6th episode. Wow! Congrats, man. What's the urban fantasy about? I've watched animated series before on YouTube. There's the Good Omens animated series. It's really good as well that I watched. If anyone has hasn't watched it, the Good Omens one is pretty good as well. Your characters have supernatural powers because they have bloodlines. That should be interesting. Let me know when it's up and I'll check it out. Welcome to the Dawdling Rider. You're very familiar with double deep bookshelves. Yeah. Cool. So 20. All right, 20 sounds good. All right. Yeah. Ouch. Oh, great. I'm starting to get itchy. I haven't even been outside. I'm getting a reaction because of my allergies. All right, cool. All right, so we'll do 20 minutes then. Well, good luck to everyone with the writing, and I hope you guys are able to get some words in and get what you need done. We'll probably do 2 more writing sprints after this as well. Okay, so let's start now. All right, I'll just mute myself. Good luck. Okay, so I was just finishing a sentence because I was like, this character was on a tangent and I just needed to end it. So I got 326 words this writing sprint. And it's practically pretty much all of it's dialogue. So yeah, so 326. I just need to add this to the NaNoWriMo website before I forget. Because otherwise I'm not, if I don't add it when I've done the writing, I will forget and not realize, oh shit, I haven't put the words in. Where is it? So right now, I'm actually sitting at, for today at least, I'm sitting at 812 words. So I am nearly halfway through the NaNoWriMo writing goal for the day that's been set. Actually, I am halfway because it's less than what it was last time. And I'm actually a little bit ahead of the writing. All right. So you got 197 words. Well done. 255 words. That's awesome. All right. Yeah. Well done. Okay. I am still on chapter 8, which is what I was on, I think, earlier. Well, yesterday. I'm still on the same chapter. I have yet to finish the chapter. And based on the way it's going, it ain't gonna end anytime soon. Because these two sisters are their relationship is just like front and center, and it's just like my brain, the characters are like, nope, we want to talk. Let's focus on us. And I'm just like, they need to get to the bit where they talk about whether or not she goes on the second date, or whether or not or what she wants to do when it comes to the her previous human lover. And it's just like, I need to get to that bit, but it's like, I'm actually into the bit where they're talking and actually like speaking with each other and just about the issues that they have, and I'm just like, it's just like, it's just, yeah. And I've got to write, and I've got the idea to go into another chapter, which is adding another chapter to the total of 50 that I need to write, focusing on the other sisters with the main character and them developing their relationship. I've got to add more of them throughout the story, because right now the only sister that my main character is talking to is Mariah, which is the main character from my first book. And I need to add the other two sisters because they need to be developed at least somewhat as people, because the other books are going to be about them. And it's just like, my brain's like, come on, you need to add them. And it's like, it's more work. I'm fixing formatting. Oof. You forgot about the mirror and gutter margins. Yikes. What program are you using? Are you using Word, InDesign for formatting? because I format my books myself, but I use Vellum for it because I'm not tech savvy, and Vellum's the easiest way for me to format, and it's just one price. Yeah, so what do you use to format? You have to head to bed, work early in the morning. Happy writing. Well, thank you. You have a good night, okay? And hopefully I can see you at another one of these writing sprints in the next few weeks, in the next 2 weeks. I've got another one Friday at the same time as this. So you're more than welcome to join us as well. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's do a third writing sprint. Would you like to do 15 or 20 minutes? How long would you guys like to do the next writing sprint for? 15 or 20 minutes? Another 20 sounds good. Cool. I might as well. All right. I'll just reset it on here. All right, cool. All right. So there'll probably be one more sprint after this because I need caffeine and food, because otherwise I'm going to fall asleep at the library when I'm supposed to be writing. Okay. All right, so I'll start it. So we'll do 20 minutes. I'll start it now. All right, well, good luck with the writing. I'll just mute myself. Yeah, good luck with everything. Sorry, I was watching, I got distracted by YouTube. I was watching a scene from Supernatural that to try and get some inspiration of what I'm trying to write for this bit. And I was just like so into it. Okay. And I'm just like trying to. I just got like hooked into the Supernatural scene, and I've just got an idea of what to write for this sentence, and I'm just going to finish that. Give me a moment. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to count the words. Whoops. Because I mixed up some of the words. Hold on. So I've got 168 words this round. Considering I got distracted by YouTube, that is pretty good. So hold on, let's put it on Nano website. So, what made you what made you jump? Was it me suddenly talking out of nowhere, or? Yeah. So. Sorry for making you jump. Oh, I just learned the shortcut for typing the copyright little C in a circle. Oh, that's awesome. What program are you using? Like, what, InDesign or something? It probably is InDesign or Word. But good luck. Hopefully, you're able to get the formatting done that you need to. You got 145 words and then got distracted. That's the same with me. I was writing this scene, and basically the sister, main character from the previous book, is talking with the current main character, Cass. And basically they're just Cass is just talking and about how like their father or her stepfather, Mariah's biological father, wouldn't have given up Mariah, and that he wouldn't have, no matter what was threatened by their grandfather, that he wouldn't have done anything to jeopardize Mariah being safe. And it's sort of implied like at the cost of them being killed, he wouldn't have still the other sisters. At the cost of the other sisters being killed, he wouldn't have done anything to jeopardize Mariah being safe. She's got serious issues. And I just got distracted at a bit because it's just like I wrote a bit where she's like tilting her head and like staring I'm like, this reminds me of something. What scene is it? And I just went on to Google, and I'm just like just typing in the scene. I'm like, oh yeah, Supernatural. Typed it in, and I just got sucked into watching that scene of Supernatural, the opening scene, or rather the introduction of Castiel, and I'm just like watching it, and I'm like, ah. The timer went off when I was watching it. I'm just like, whoops, need to write the last sentence. Yeah, she's my character. All my characters have got serious issues, serious mental health issues. It's interesting how they deal with it, because one sister's on her, it's like she's like set in one gear, anger, most of the time, and the other sister is just, one of the sisters is too submissive and everything, and I've just got to try and get the sense of self-worth or the lack of self-worth out. I've just got to try and get across that there is a lack of self-worth, and it's just that scene in Supernatural is a good example of how to show a character who lacks self-worth without literally saying outright that they lack self-worth. I don't know if you've watched Supernatural. If you haven't, the first 5 seasons are really good. Season 6 was terrible. Season 6 and 7 were terrible. Season 8 is pretty good. Then I just stopped watching after, I think, season 10. I've watched bits and pieces of it. Using a combination of things, using Canva to add images and move things around. Then I have to fiddle with the margins of Microsoft Word programs, Word or PowerPoint, and then export as a PDF. Whoa. That is a lot of work. Oh my god. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be able to do it if I would not have been able to do it. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. You do try doing it on programs you already have, which is fair enough. Yeah, well, good luck. Hopefully it all works. If you are going the self-publishing route, if you wanted to test out to see if the formatting works well in the physical form, I would probably upload it to Amazon. At least, don't distribute it if you don't want to, but upload it to Amazon, and you can actually print out an author copy for fairly cheap. It'll have like stuff on the cover that's not great, but you'll be able to see print-wise how it turns out. So rather than Ingram Spark, because if you do Ingram Spark for the author copies, well, you actually have to hit the publish button. I mean, you don't have to distribute it, but once you hit the button saying, yep, everything's okay, you have to actually hit that button to say everything's okay with the book and that you're happy with everything in it, in order to be able to print an author-proof copy. And if there's errors when you get the printed copy, you then have to pay $25 for the interior to change it, and $25 for the exterior, because you may end up having more or less pages. Yeah, so probably better to do a printed copy through Amazon or Barnes and Noble even. If you're getting an author copy and you want to see how it looks, probably the better way to do it. But because you need PDF for print copies, from what I understand, you need PDF for print copies in both Amazon and Ingram Spark. but for ebook, you'll need an EPUB file at least. You can get that converted fairly easily, actually. Oh, cool. You've seen a couple of episodes here and there. I binge watched the first 5 seasons and then had to take a break. The storyline was great, but it was a lot of dark storylines in a row for my brain to handle without watching something fluffy. Fair enough, yeah. It does get very dark very quickly in the first 5 seasons. I mean, there's funny episodes here and there. The episodes with the trickster, hands down, are always hilarious. They're always top notch. I don't know if you've watched it, Yazza, but there's an episode called Changing Channels. It's in series 5. It's hilarious. It's just basically just shoving someone in to a TV show and just like making them play their roles in the TV show, and it's hilarious. Mystery Spot's very funny. I mean, there's funny episodes here and there, but it is very, very serious. But best ones are with the trickster, if you want fluffy. Or there's actually an episode, believe it or not, in Supernatural. I think it's in season 10, season 11. It's called Fanfiction. It's hilarious. Oh, you've seen the Changing Channels episode? That's good. What did you think of it? Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. He gets trapped in a ring of fire. Holy fire, because they work it out. Yep. That's the trickster, aka an archangel on the run. Yeah. Yeah, he's hilarious. That episode was funny. That's probably one of the funniest episodes that they've made. Oh, cool. You're looking at KDP. Are you thinking about going through just KDP for both like print and ebook, or are you going to go wide with distribution? Yeah, that's good. Some other episodes, if you really want something funny, would be Mystery Spot. That's when the trickster is introduced. That is pretty good. I mean, there's the episode with the trickster is also in season 5. It's called Hammer of the Gods. It's not as funny. The episode Fan Fiction, I think, is in season 10. That is funny and interesting. there's a couple other episodes in like season later on. I think it's in season 10 or season 9 with the trickster, and it's really good, but I can't remember the name of it. But if you like the supernatural stuff, Good Omens. I highly recommend you watch Good Omens. Yeah, because Good Omens, it's a comedy. It's basically a comedy of errors with an angel and a demon. I highly recommend it. The book is by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. The book is pretty good. The book is really good. I mean, there's things in there that are a bit dated when it comes to like the language and stuff, and some of the content, but it's still really, really good. The TV show is a bit more up to date when it comes to like the language and the way the characters are treated and stuff like that. And it's hilarious. Good Omens is hilarious. I do recommend it. Alright, so right now you're looking at KDP for print on demand aspect for self-publish it. I've got it set for worldwide distribution with expanded markets. Yeah, so what that means, the expanded markets bit. So Amazon, so for example, if someone orders, like say Amazon Australia, right? They order a copy of your book here. Then now Amazon doesn't have a printer here in Australia. So what would happen is, because of expanded distribution, is they would send the order to the company that does the printing here, which would be Ingram Spark here in Melbourne. And basically that way the person here in Australia can get a printed copy and not have to wait 2 months in order to get it. So the expanded distribution is, generally speaking, for Amazon, it means that Amazon does the printing. But with expanded distribution, it means they have a deal with Ingram Spark, and basically you distribute through some of the same channels Ingram Spark does when you publish with them. So you get similar distribution. It means you can sell, rather than just on Amazon, they can send out your book to things like Barnes and Noble for print. They can send it out to Angus and Robinson here in Australia, Fish Pond, Booktopia. So they can send it through those channels, which are, generally speaking, only available through Ingram Spark. That's basically what it is. Expanded markets is basically their deal with Ingram Spark, and they distribute through Ingram Spark. Yeah, hope that explains. I hope that explains it. Yeah, I mean, I've published with KDP. I've just done the ebook for KDP. All my print books are just through Ingram Spark because, well, I heard the quality was good. And because I knew the printer was here in Melbourne. So I could, if I wanted author copies, I can get it printed fairly quickly. I may end up putting the next book directly on Amazon, the printed copy. But because I've also got hardback and hardcover and large print editions, I have to go through Ingram Spark, at least for those, because Amazon only does paperbacks. I mean, you can do large print paperbacks, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. Just be aware that if you've got, with the expanded markets for worldwide distribution and the expanded markets thing on, be aware that you shouldn't actually publish with Ingram Spark the print copies, because there will be a conflict in the orders that are received. So if you do the expanded distribution with Amazon KDP, you can't actually do it with Ingram Spark, because Ingram Spark uses the exact same channels, because KDP has that deal with Ingram Spark in order to get that expanded distribution. I mean, they have their own channels, but they also connect with Ingram Spark. So just be aware, you can't do both. At least not for paperback. If you want to do a hardback, then go ahead, use Ingram Spark. And if you do it, I highly suggest you wait for the coupons. It will save you a ton of money. NaNoWriMo gives you a coupon where you can upload a single book, and you can actually revise it as many times as you want within a certain time frame, and not pay any fees for either the upload, for you can do print and ebook or just print, or so you don't have to pay for any of the upload fees or revision fees as well, which is pretty good. And there's also other places you can get the discount if you wanted to do that. But yeah, honestly, KDP is probably the better option when it comes to, well, prices and stuff, and you'd get your payments a lot quicker with KDP than with Ingram as well. So there's a lot of plus sides to it. Hope that helps. All right. Oh, welcome to the new viewer. All right. So I can probably I'll probably do a short 10-minute writing sprint, because I need to get lunch because my brain is starting to slow down. But yeah. Yaza, are you thinking about publishing, or like self or traditional publishing? Self-publishing? Cool. Yeah, so I've self-published. I think I've done a couple of videos about self-publishing here in Australia, if you want to check it out. Because self-publishing does get a little bit tricky because we're in Australia. Yeah, so I think I've done a video about like the different publishing platforms, as well as like the requirements when it comes to self-publishing and taxes and stuff. I think I talked about it. So I think I've talked about it last year, but if you wanted to have a look, you can. It might help. But yeah, you need to do your research, because it might be the requirements may be a bit different in WA. I mean, it shouldn't be, because it's we use the same tax system and everything, but I would speak with someone who's an expert when it comes to self-publishing, or someone like a tax accountant or something. Even just talk with the ATO about it. I mean, there's writers' networks you can talk to about self-publishing, and I do suggest you talk with them, because when it comes to this sort of stuff, you don't want to screw it up, especially when it comes to the taxes. All right. All right, so we'll do a short 10-minute writing sprint, and this will be the last one, because I need lunch. So this is the 4th writing sprint and the last one. I'll be doing another live writing sprint on Friday. This Friday, this is Australian time. So this Friday at 10 a.m. Australian or Victorian time, basically. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So it'll be about 8 a.m. your time, Yeza. And on Sunday, 12 p.m., which would be about 10 a.m. your time, Yeza. Yeah, so they'll be just through just for the first 2 weeks of Nana. I'll be doing 3 live streams for that. And I'll be attending other live streams that I have found, and to get my word count in. Anyway, all right, let's get started. See how many words we can get in 10 minutes. Let's start now. All right. All right, so I've just finished that sentence and I've got 121 words this round. I'm just going to write that into NaNoWriMo. This is a stupid idea, but it's what I want to do. No ebooks. I want to go to a Perth printing place, buy 1,000 copies outright, and sell those 999 copies. The one goes to the state library or something. Yeah, so you do need to give one to the state library. You also need to submit a copy to the Commonwealth, so the Australian Library in Canberra. So you need to submit both. So submit one to the state library and one to the Canberra library. You can do it through the same place. If you've got a digital copy, you can literally just send the digital copy. But if you're only doing print, you need to send print copies to both for them to have a record of it. Yes, and it is for copyright reasons. It's also so that the library has a record. So when you send it to them, right, and only send the final copy. Don't send your drafts. Send only the final copy, the one that's actually ready for publishing. What that basically is that what that is like so you send in your final copy. It's registered with them. They've got all your details about who's you as the author, your real name and your pen name if you're using one. Who's the publisher, if it's a publishing name, whatever, right? And what will happen is they've got that record. So if someone comes out 2 weeks later with an ebook, or a month later, or a year later, or whatever, with an ebook that is identical or nearly identical to yours, whether it's here or in the US or in another country, you've got a record saying, no, I've registered this. I've already given a copy. This is proof that I'm the original author. And it basically means that when you go to sue the person for them to remove the copy that they've made illegally, you can do it without much fuss. You don't have to register for copyright. Australians, no one in Australia has to register for copyright. You need to send a copy to the state library. It basically is just to verify and confirm who the publisher is, when it was published, where it will be distributed, because you can also put down, okay, it's going to be distributed through XYZ. It's only available in print. So it will basically just let them know. And so what they will do is they can also, if you do it before it's published, like 3 months before or something, they can actually put it in the state library, and the Commonwealth can actually put it in a catalogue and basically say, oh, this book by by whoever is coming out on this date. It's about this thing. It's this price. It's available here. And they can actually put that on and advertise that to people. I mean, it's not advertising technically, but they can just put it in their catalogue and it's available for people to see. You can also, they also put it on their website. So if people want to look at your book, they can search it up and it will take them to the state website or state library website or something, or even the Commonwealth one. And they can find out where to find it. Yeah. So yeah. So if you do digital, then you can just send them a digital copy and you can just submit it to both at the same time. But because you're just doing print, you have to send a printed copy for them. I think there might. I don't know if you can go to, because you mentioned. Yeah, fair enough. It's fair enough. But it's still good to look into it before you get close to publishing. Because you said the printing place in Perth. What I suggest you do is look at how much they charge per copy. Okay, for the size of the book that you want to sell, for the size of the book you want to print, the detail, if you have images, things like that. You need to work out how much it's going to cost to print with them, how much it costs per copy. Okay, because generally speaking, those sort of places will charge a bit more. I mean, the more you print at once, the cheaper it is, generally speaking. But you need to work out how much it costs for printing. I mean, it is in Perth, so the shipping will be cheap, but you need to work out how much it costs for printing and where you're going to store it if you're printing it that much. You can also look into Ingram Spark, because you don't have to actually distribute around the world. You can just upload your book with your ISBN and don't distribute it, and you can just print off the copies you need. I'm trying to think. If it's paperback, I think, depending, like, they also give you discounts. So I think they give you a discount for 100 books, every 100 books or something. You have to check it out because I haven't done that. But look at how much they charge for printing. I mean, the shipping will be a bit higher because the printer is here in Melbourne. But have a look at how much they charge. I would probably also have a look with Amazon, because you can publish with them. So you can upload your book and get printed copies without having to distribute anywhere, if that's what you want to do. That, and with Ingram Spark or KDP or with these other places, you can print, say, 10, 20 or 100, right, at a time, and sell those and then print out the new ones, rather than buying 1,000 straight away. You can do that. There's also this company. There's I can't remember what it is. I don't know if it's Booktopia. Booktopia, I think, has their own publishing company as well that does print. They print off. They do print on demand, but they also do large printings as well. 83 words. Cool. And it's not a stupid idea. If it's what you want to do, go ahead, but it's not stupid. I mean, like, if you've got a group of people who want to buy the book, if you've got a niche market, that can work, and that can work really well. And it can also work because it will increase demand. Yeah. Anyway, so that was the last writing sprint. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about, like, publishing or anything, especially you, Yazza, about publishing here in Oz, let me know, because I've published my first book and I'm still working it out as I go along. Yeah, and I mean, technically, I can send my books to the library. You can actually go and speak with the libraries and see if they want to stock your books. A bit of a tip: if you're going to do the printed route that you've mentioned, I'd probably do an author event at a library or at a bookstore if you can, and have copies there with you, so you can directly sell to the customer and you can set the price that you want as well. Because a lot of bookstores that take self-publishing books, and there are some, take them on consignment. So they will say, okay, well, you give us the copies for free, and say however much you want to sell it for, and then basically you get whatever money, about part of the money that they make. So yeah, have a research and have a look into it. It might be a bit different in Perth. Maybe it works a bit better. Yeah. Did you guys have any other questions for me, or? Well, if you guys don't have any questions, I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah, so there'll be a live stream again on Friday, same time, and there'll be another live stream on Sunday. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good day and you guys stay safe. If you guys have any questions, more than happy to answer anything in the comments. And I mean, you can message me through my website as well. If you have any questions about anything for publishing or anything at all, really, it's fine. Or you can ask me in further live streams. Thank you. It was fun. I enjoy doing it. All right. You have a good one as well. Thanks. Well, I'm glad you're able to get all the formatting done. Good luck and good luck with everything, and I hope everything works well and you're able to get a really good copy of your book out. All right. Bye. Stay safe.